What is going on? Everybody, welcome to Blockhood. I'm your host for the evening, the Birdman, known as Falcon. This right here is a game that's actually been in my library for a while now. I think since like earlier in the year. I never got around to checking it out, and I really feel disappointed in that now because I took this out for a spin just recently, and I really enjoyed it, so I'd figure, hey, we do a video on this finally. This is still an early access title, it's still in the early alpha stages, but that being said, even though it's an alpha game, it feels really refined. The game actually runs really smoothly, it looks beautiful, and what it's supposed to accomplish, it does it quite well. This is actually a neighborhood building simulator game. Before we get into the challenges though, let me go ahead and load into my little sandbox here. So this right here is actually my current sandbox mode. I've unlocked students as well. Hey, how about that? Very cool. So as you can see over here, you have like a giant block to build on, and you're probably thinking this is as far as you can actually build. No, believe me. What's cool about this game is that it kind of has this mechanic where you build upwards as opposed to horizontally. And what I mean by that is, for instance, as you can see down here, this right here, let me go into inspect mode, is actually a corner apartment building. But what's really cool about it is I can actually build stuff on top of it. So essentially you're building upwards, so you have like levels of like different apartment buildings, a bunch of different levels of stores, etc, etc. It's really cool, and all these blocks have a different type of output to them. For instance, right near, since we're looking at the corner apartment, in order for the corner apartment to do what it's supposed to do, it needs an input of fresh air, electricity, water, and leisure. And if you actually meet those requirements, you actually output labor, great water, organic waste, and ute. And then you use these outputs to go ahead and basically supplement another area. So for instance, I think we have a school somewhere. Or do I have a school? I should have a school. Don't these people go to school? I have a library. Well, close enough. So for the library, I need community points, which is actually given to us by the corner store, which actually gives you 1 community point in organic waste. Over here we have a couple of offices, which are, work environments, and they give us money, which we need to actually power up our electricity and our power sources and stuff like that. So everything kind of is interconnected and is dependent on each other. So if you want to have like, a school, for instance, you got to make sure you have kids, knowledge, and community, if I'm right. And you can actually take control of what you have by opening up the resource panel over here, and this will tell you all the points of the stuff that you have here at the moment. So if you're looking, for instance, more consumers, I could click on this and then open up this building area, and this will tell you what buildings over here give you consumer points. But in order to actually build them, you want to make sure that you have the input available for it. So it's very cool. It's very complementary of each other. And what's really great about this game is the music. It's so good, it's so soothing, it's so relaxing. It just gets you in the mood of just kind of hanging out and building stuff and just kind of chilling. It's a really chill game for sure. So here we have, it's all about the water. Welcome to your first challenge. In this level, you will need to achieve a goal. Conditions to succeed: see the resources you get, you need to the next level. Water, yeah, we already read that. Okay. So right now we'll start off by placing this bad boy over here. Now, if I want to speed up the process, instead of actually speeding up the game, what you could do is now put down another bit of, another water tower. Now keep in mind, doing this now means you're using 2 units of water per, 20 water now, I guess, right? When you add it up. But since we have to get it to 250, 20 water should amount to about 200 units of water, and we're still 50 short. So what do we do then? Well, we need more money for one, and we need to start building around and see how we could build to complement our overall goal here. So for instance, right now we want to start off by making money for more water towers, or at least more water being produced from the water towers itself. Now for money, what I could do is come over here and start off by using electricity for one. So I'm going to place you down here. We could probably even have a second one. Luckily for us, the solar panels don't really cost anything. It's just outputs electricity based on the time of day, obviously. Algae is very good for water. If you actually get gray water, 8 of them, you could produce it into 4 algae and 8 water, I should say, as well. How you get gray water? Well, for that one, we come over here to our buildings. And let's see here what we have. We need money for one, so we need a corner store. But before we can build this, we need labor, electricity, and consumers. So what we're going to start off with here is actually with a small apartment building. And let me rotate you, place in the corner right here. This bad boy over here gives us a labor output of 3, 2 gray water, 1 organic waste, and 2 consumers. However, it's missing fresh air and leisure, so people won't live here because we don't have fresh air. So we need some trees. Now trees also require water, so now we're using water that we need to meet our goal to make the trees instead. So it's all complementary of each other here. So let's start off by having elm trees is 2 fresh air and 1.5 leisure. This is going to be 3 water. Let's actually start off with the elm trees. I'm going to place these bad boys like down through here. Give me a lot of fresh air. These arrows mean that they're complementing each other. So for instance, like if you place like certain groups of items together, they will produce faster if they're like, properly placed right there. So trees being together is, obviously a good thing. So these guys are doing a lot better than usual here, which is fine. Now, what are we looking in terms of money? We're down to 8, so we're going to start producing water here pretty soon. Now, you down here should now have everything you do need. And there it is. Perfectly working fine. So, consumer is now available. And also gray water. So the algae thing might help us out here over time as long as we produce the gray water. So let's place you down over here in the corner, I guess. It's fine. And let's see about more buildings here. Now that we have this available, the corner store's going to give us money, which requires labor, electricity, and consumer. And what about this large apartment? You give me organic waste, consumers, and kids as well. Let's do a large apartment building right next to this, and we'll also do a corner store. Right there, those guys are complementing each other. Let's flip you around corner store like so. And this isn't really required, but I like to have like a little bit of a passageway. And if you have that, you'll see like certain individuals start coming out, and these are called agents. For instance, if I go into the inhabitant database, this will tell you what unlocks certain quote-unquote agents to show up on the map and start like, perusing about. So I've already unlocked office workers in my sandbox mode and consumers and security guards. But if you're looking to actually fill up your town with a bunch of things, you basically check out what they are. See, alcoholics. So I imagine maybe this will be produced if you build a bar over time. So that's pretty cool, actually. So let's see how we're doing here at the moment. We have the store, corner store, labor, electricity, and consumer. How's our electricity doing? We're at 11. But as you can see over here, our electricity is going down because it's nighttime, and we're only being powered up by the solar panels. So having something like, say, the windmill could be useful, but that also costs money, which we're trying to kind of build up to get more water as well. We should almost have some gray water showing up here pretty soon. There's our first individual just walking around. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Let's actually go ahead and do another large apartment for the purpose of more water for the algae farm. So we'll do this bad boy like somewhere over here should be fine. And let's place down another panel down through here. Okay. So now what I'm hoping for is our gray water should be turned into clean water soon enough. And that'll hopefully get us to our goal point over here. We do have money now. So the only thing that we're in the negatives on is going to be leisure. We don't have enough leisure. So we need a couple of leisure activities or more trees, and then electricity. It's also on the fritz. But since we have some good money coming in now, I think it's probably in our best interest to put down a windmill like so. And technically speaking, I think we're done. What I could even do now to speed things up is just add that. These are some giant water towers, aren't they? That's pretty cool, though. They should be big. We're making 1.93 production, and there it all is. Great, you have finished the challenge number 1. Try the next one. Very cool. Alright, so for this one, we're looking for a knowledge of economy. In Blockhood, you need knowledge to support blocks like offices where higher education is crucial. With this challenge, you must produce more than 10 units of knowledge. Okay. So for this one, we're going to need like something like schools or libraries and stuff like that. So that's very good to know. Let's start off with the basics, though. In order to have life in here, we need the basics all the time. So let's start off with maybe... I'm going to go with the elm tree again. Why not? Let's also open up my resource panel. Okay. We'll have you down there for now. Mind you, if things aren't really going properly how they should be working for you, you could look at the data viz, and this will tell you all sorts of information. So for instance, for decay, if something isn't producing in time, it'll start decaying over time as well, which is no good. This will tell you the production data. This is not producing anything because it's not getting water for it to produce, and all sorts of other information down here as well, which is actually very important sometimes for you to take a look at it, in case things aren't really running smoothly for you. Let me zoom in here momentarily, and let's see what we could do here. So let's start off with a water tower. We have 150 money at least, so that's pretty good. So we'll start off with a water tower. Somewhere down here is good. Get enough water for ourselves, and maybe even a couple more trees. So bam, and bam. And we can just rotate this down as well. Look at it this way. Okay, so that's good. So now we have that. We also need some electricity, so maybe a solar panel or two would be very ideal. Let's have you facing outwards if we can. And do I want a windmill already? I guess we could probably add one. We have some money, so that's fine. We'll do a windmill. You could face towards town, though. Alrighty, that's not too bad. Cool. So with this done, let's see what we need here. 10 knowledge. So, Let's see. Let's go to our buildings here. We're going to need an office to make money, but this requires knowledge. Now, knowledge is actually acquired by the school, which requires labor and ute. So, we're going to need a large apartment for the kids and labor as well. So we need a small apartment and a large apartment for the school eventually. So let's start off with the smaller one first and probably place you over here. Now, unfortunately, I don't think I have a way for me to go up a level because I would like to show you the stacking mechanic here in this challenge if I can. Well, we do. We actually can. Stairs. Okay, so check this out. I don't have to do this right now. As a matter of fact, this is harming me more than anything, but I wanted to show off the feature. So let me rotate you momentarily, and what I would like to do is we'll place you like so, and then you down here. So now we have a walkway for us to go up the stairs to the upper floor, and more importantly as well, oh, you know what? I can't do it. What I need here is, what I need here actually is one of these little corridors, but the one that has like pillars that lets me hold up another floor on top of it. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Let me move that then. Okay. Well, I wanted to show it off, but I could do an elevator, which is going to require electricity. I guess we'll do that. Let's do an elevator. So, let's place you right here. Should be fine. And another elevator on top. And do that. And then we'll have the large apartment on top of the small one, which doesn't really make too much sense to me, but that's okay. That's alright. And we'll place you like so. Alrighty. So potentially you should be fine now, right? You have fresh air, you have electricity, you have water. Our money is going down pretty fast, but that's because we're building a lot of stuff that I really don't need, but I wanted to show it off anyway. So that's our here ready to go. This will give us some kids and some labor at some point. We're at 12 labor. Let's go ahead now and... Oh, we don't need money for this one, do we? No, just knowledge. So we have labor and we have Ute coming up pretty soon. So, you know what that means? That means that we'll have a school right over here. And what I could do as well now is to speed up the process, go ahead and do another large apartment up here for some more kids. So I have like a large apartment on top of the, the school. It's like one of those, like, you know, in-house school type areas and stuff like that. Alrighty. And this should over time give us the knowledge that we do need, assuming everything's running correctly here. So you're missing kids school, that's okay. We're producing kids here at some point. Our humans up here just getting down with the bump and grind. So we're up to 9. And that should give us our first 5 knowledge here as soon as that rate of production actually hits up. Come on. Come on, buddy. There it is. So that's the first one. We're up to 5 knowledge. One more of those should just be all we do need. But again, we have to wait for the kids to come back up, which is the reason why I made a second building. But I could always speed that up by adding another building area down here as well, as long as we could actually afford it. Which I do believe we can. Fresh air, electricity, water, and leisure. We have all of those in stride. Well, leisure's going down, but I could add a couple more trees. But there you guys have it. Another challenge completed. A knowledge of economy. Congratulations, now your neighborhood has knowledge. Go ahead and move on to the next challenge over. Alrighty, so for this one we have Tycoon. Welcome to your third challenge. At this level you need to achieve a goal condition to succeed. Money is another crucial resource to maintain the well-being of your neighborhood. With this challenge you must produce 500 units of money. Everybody needs money, man. Ain't that the truth? So let's open up the resource panel. We have 150, so we need to get to 350 more, it does seem. Now, I'm not sure we'll complete this challenge, but I'll at least start off and give you guys an idea how it plays out here. So, let's start off with the old usual. The elm trees down this side for the leisure and for the fresh air. You guys buff each other up, great. We'll also need some water at all times. Place you over in the corner. Oh, we have no solar panels, so they took the electricity away from us. They want us to spend money for electricity this time. How about that? What's unlocked here? Elevator. Oh, we have a sitting area, which requires tourists, but it'll give you community, leisure, and consumer. Ah. So they limit you to what you could actually use. Oh, cafe as well. Okay, very cool. Interesting. So we need electricity, obviously. So we have to pay for it. We're paying for electricity this time around, so let's do a solar panel, or at least a windmill going outwards this time. And again, it's going to cost us some money, but we need electricity, so there's nothing we could do about that. So you will produce that here over time. I might even add another one in here, honestly. There you go. Okay. So money. We need money. Let's go to the buildings here. First and foremost, we need people for labor, and we also need consumers for the stores. We have the plastics factory, which gives you 12 money. This requires oil. I haven't really gotten to the point where I could actually get oil, so I'm not sure what produces oil for me here. Let's see. I think it might be organic waste, inorganic waste, and then you produce it into something else, maybe? Let's see. Nope. Not here. Leisure. Bread. Consumer. No, I've never messed around with that one before, so that's new to me. Well, anyway, I know how to make money easily, so let's go ahead and do a corner apartment. Sounds pretty cool. So we'll place you somewhere back over through this side. There you go. You should probably be facing the other way so it's actually properly placed. Hold up. Oh, no. Don't. Well, if you guys want to buff each other, that's fine, I guess. That's cool. Well, whatever. I'm not complaining. We'll live with it. We'll just live with it. So let's place down like so, and that should give us what? Labor, gray water, and organic waste, and some kids as well. Let's go and start turning money into a possibility. So I'm not sure about the oil thing. You would give me money, but you require bread, and bread requires us to get wheat first, and I don't think we can make wheat just yet with this challenge, huh? No wheat. So, do I have the store? I do have the corner store, which gives us inorganic waste and community as well, and some money. So, let's see. We'll have the store somewhere close to the tree. Sounds pretty good to me. It's a nice little store, so we'll place you down like, where's your entry point, my friend? Face the other way. There you go. Is that good? That's the entry point. Okay, good. So, go to my panels here, and I'm gonna leave that spot empty for something else here. Maybe even a large apartment building. Sure, we'll place a large apartment building right over here. Okay, so right now our consumers is down, and so is our leisure, so we need a couple more trees here. But everything else is looking pretty good in the green, so it's going to be producing some stuff for us. For the consumers, I think we need, what is it? Small apartment could actually help us out quite a bit. I could just start putting up some elevators as well to kind of build upwards, too. That's a possibility. Cafe requires bread. I'm not sure about the bread. I think we need wheat, as I mentioned, though, so that probably won't be happening with this challenge here. Sitting area will give us community, leisure, and consumers. Oh, really? Oh, but we need tourists, and I don't think we can make tourists with the available blocks here at the moment. So again, it's basically all about complementing what you're doing with everything else over here. But really fun game. Really wanted to show it off over here. And the Sandbox Mode is available in case you feel like I don't want to mess around with challenges. You can have the Sandbox Mode just built to your heart's content over here. But really fun game. I have all the information for it down below. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a thumbs up. I will catch you next time.